Hello my dear and valuable friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tativik, and today we're going to discuss the few real reasons why you cannot get married, why you cannot get proposed, why you're looking for marriage so badly but nobody wants to marry you. Now, this is a very important and modern topic, but we also need to understand that this topic is nothing new. And we always, if we look back to the generations, we know that marriage is completely normal thing, and there were people that never had problems getting married, and there will be always people who struggle to get married. Now, today we're going to discuss what are the real reasons that you personally, you really want to get married, but there is unsuccessful path that doesn't lead you to marriage. What are the reasons that you cannot get married? Before we start, let me tell you that I also do one-to-one relationship coachings and dating coachings, and I also have different online programs and courses if you would like to take that on consideration. And of course, you can always read my books, and all the links for donations are in the description below. Now let's start. First of all, I want you to really relax. I always say this is a pleasurable time and we are spending a great time with each other. So I want you to relax your body and enjoy this moment. We are so tense sometimes that we cannot even comprehend the information we hear. So maybe grab a cup of water or make yourself a nice tea. Just sit down somewhere cozy or put your AirPods or earphones if you're somewhere in a little bit more noise, and just immerse in this topic, okay? Number one reason why you're having problems to get married. Now, this is very, very deep. I want you to pay attention because this will open your eyes to the new reality that you might not really understand is present in your life. The first reason why people cannot get married is because deep inside, they do not want to get married. Now, you will say, well, how does that make sense? They want to get married, but they don't want to get married. Yes. It's so interesting that very often we say things that we say that we want, but we actually don't want. And I had this as well very many times with my clients. When I really sit down with them and I analyze, and you see I'm very clever, I ask the right questions, I see and I come to the summarize moment when I'm summarizing whatever they said, I come to the final analysis and to the conclusion that these people do not want to get married. They do not want to have that responsibility. They do not want the commitments. Now, there are many reasons why they might not want it, but the risk of them losing themselves in a relationship usually is the first one. They say, oh, I don't want to lose myself. But whatever the reason is, there is always this truth that is behind the reason why certain people cannot get married is because deep inside, you do not want to get married. You see, there is nothing more beautiful than for you just to sit down and realize the truth and admit, I'm walking here, going to all the family events and saying, yes, I want to get married. They're not good men. They're not good women. Oh, everybody is bad. Everybody is good is taken. Oh, I'm going to die alone. And you make all this dramatic face. You wear black so you're more, convincing. You make eye drops in your eyes to look like you're crying, and you whine and you complain, and it's all about, oh my God, the life is so bad. But it's all theater. I will be honest with you, this is all delusional performance that you are giving to people that love you, know you, your friends and relatives. Because deep inside, you do not want to get married. Let's be honest, you do not want to get married. You are just playing a game. You will say, well, you see, of course, because they expect me to get married, so I'm talking about marriage. I'm making sure that I go to 1 or 2 dates pretending that I'm kind of in a pursuit of the marriage and trying to get to somebody to get married. But actually, this is all game. And you play it so well. And this is your subconscious mind. You are subconsciously choosing people that are emotional and available, have narcissistic traits, that are abusive, that are always busy with something else, that they can be even busy in a relationship or married with somebody else. And you subconsciously or on purpose choose these people because they cannot give you what you want. And because deep inside you do not want to get married, you are in a bliss. That is the culmination of your day. You are so satisfied because you attract those people who cannot give you marriage. And you are happy. You are actually happy, but oh my God, oh yes. So one side of you is dancing a moonwalk, but the other side of you is actually showing off that, oh my God, you don't imagine, it is so hard, like, oh my God, like me, poor me, like, oh, I cannot get married. You do not want to get married. I'm telling you the truth, you do not want to get married, because you see, in the human behavior, you can tell the true intentions are hidden. In the way you move, walk, talk, dress, everything talks about your marriage. You're saying, I want to get married, yet every Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you're in clubs, wearing nothing, showing all your body, having intimacy with every random person you met. That is not going to lead to the marriage, and you know that. That's why you're doing that, because deep inside, you do not want to get married. Now there is a good man, your mom is introducing you, your dad is introducing your friend, male friend has a good brother or somebody, they're trying to make you to meet them, but you find every excuse in the world to not meet them because you do not want to get married. The reason why, first reason why you cannot get married is because you do not want to get married. So now this is not to put you down in any way. I just want you to be very open about that and admit it, that, you know what, thank you so much. Like, I love this video. Sometimes people say, you know, when they watch my videos, they say, you are so like on point. They compliment me in a different ways, but they very often say, you are so on point. You are so honest. And I am honest. There is nothing for me to hide. I'm here to help. I'm not a clown, you know, you are not in a circus. And I'm not like a waitress to serve you food, you know. I am here giving you intellectual knowledge, opening your eyes. You go to guru, you go to the coach, you go to the masterclass conference to learn something. So I want to give you the information you need. If you deep inside admit to yourself that you do not want to get married, I want you to completely take on that with a pride that you know the truth now, and stop chasing marriage. You do not want to get married, don't get married. Stop saying these things and pretending, crying over the phone, making sure that everybody feels bad for you. Say, I do not want to get married. And you will see this freedom will liberate you. The second reason why you're having problems to get married, why you cannot find a person who will marry you, or you cannot, if you are a man, you cannot find a girl who would accept your marriage proposal, is because you are not actually ready for marriage. Sometimes we need to admit we are not marriage material. And it doesn't mean that you cannot become, you know, if you're 16, you are not marriage material. Even if you are 20, 21, to be honest, you are still not marriage material. You're too young. You are not developed yet. You don't know what you want. You have not had time to get to know yourself and build a relationship with yourself. So sometimes we need to admit that I cannot get married, not because I'm a bad person, not because something is wrong with me, not because I'm not beautiful or handsome or rich or whatever, but because I'm just simply not ready to get married. And you see, for me, I think is the biggest pleasure that I, for example, know that I am ready, that I know that I'm a wife material. But it took me a while to get to this. To be honest, well, I will be honest with you. I was a wife material when I was 6, playing with my doll, marrying my Barbie and Ken, you know. I always knew I want to be a wife. This was my calling. I never changed. Yes, I can work. Yes, I can do things. I can make a project, but it's never really takes my attention, because my calling is to be a wife, is to be a mother for my kids, is to be somebody's wife, is to be under somebody's wing. I want a man to come in my life to protect me, to take care of me. And that's why, you know, engagement is very important for me. I will wear the engagement ring until I'm married. I will be a housewife. I will be traditional wife, because that is my calling. I do not accept anything else. And if it doesn't work out, I will still look for it until the day I die. I will look for the right man for myself. Now, in here, we need to understand, when you are not ready, when you are not marriage material yet, that just means you need to work on it. If you want to study, I want you to study, and I want you to understand what is that you want to do in life. What is your passion? What is your interest? What are your hobbies? What really drives your interest? What drives your whole being? What motivates you? I want you to take this advantage of the time that you are not ready yet to get to know yourself. If you are a man, you are not ready to get married yet if you don't have your finances together. The main reason, if you are a man, the main reason why you cannot find a wife, you cannot get yourself be married to her, is because you are not financially ready. You have to learn to provide. You need to build your hard working etiquette to know that work provides you with money. You need to be hardcore. I don't mean necessarily to work hard. I didn't say work hard. I said hard work etiquette. So it means hard etiquette. So you need to remove that word. You will understand exactly what I mean. A lot of times people think that you need to work hard. I never mean that. I always mean that you need to have hard, solid, strong etiquette of work. You need to know you need to be on time. You need to know what to wear, what to say, how to deal with people, how to build relationship with people. So this is a very important reason. Even if we look at the women, they also need to get ready. They need to take care of their beauty, of their skin, of their body. They need to get to know their body. They need to save themselves, be virtuous. Do not kiss and hold and touch every man you meet. Do not let them to touch you and have intimacy with you. You need to become a wife by already getting ready to become a wife. You cannot become a wife if you're not a wife or husband material. You cannot become a husband if you're not a husband material. Whatever you want to do, you need to be ready for that. If you want to run a marathon and you never practice, you never do your trainings, you never run, you never go on the treadmill, you don't exercise, you do not invest time in the right diet and sleep and water, you don't have that urge to make yourself to actually practice what you want to compete for. How are you going to compete in a marathon? How are you going to do that? I want to become the best swimmer, yet I never go to the gym, I never go to the pool, I never touch the water, I don't know how to swim. But I want to I want to become a swimmer. Do you see what I'm trying to say? There is a logic in us that we understand simple things, but when it comes to dating, relationship, or marriage, we are completely clueless. And unfortunately, that's because our parents and our, family members and in school, nobody's teaching us the most important thing, relationships. People are teaching us algebra, math, geography, but nobody's teaching how to build relationships, how to love one another, how to serve one another. And I don't mean to become a servant. Serving means that I'm here for you, you are here for me. You need to understand you need to get to know me to understand the meanings of the words I use. Nobody's teaching us how to date properly, how to vet potential partners, what questions to ask a man when you're dating, what type of men should qualify to have your hand, who to propose you. We do not learn these things. Nobody's teaching us. And thankfully, there are channels like mine who are opening our eyes. We're talking about these things. And I'm so grateful that we have YouTube. We have different platforms that we can talk to one another, help one another, love one another. So this is the second reason why you cannot get proposed, why you cannot get married and get married is because you're not ready. And the last reason, this is actually very important for you to never forget. The biggest reason why you cannot get married and find the potential person who will agree to your proposal if you're a man, or find the potential person who will propose you if you're a woman. The number 3 reason why you're having problems in dating, relationship, or why you cannot get married is because you do not believe in marriage. I said to you, this is very important. You see, the thing is, if you do not believe in the institution of marriage, if you say, that's not important, that's just a paper, that's just a signature, that's not important, it means you don't believe in it. If you do not believe in something, that means you do not see value in something. Okay, if you do not see value in something, you will not appreciate its worth. Okay, if you do not appreciate of the person's or marriage worth, then how can you ever want to have it? You see, the thing is, why certain cars, certain brands, certain jewelry, certain bags, shoes, clothing, whatever you want to choose, why they are valuable? Because they position themselves to be valuable, because you need to earn them, because they have a price. But it's the main reason why they're valuable is because you believe that they're valuable. We believe, we know, we are rest assured that Rolls-Royce is valuable. We are not going to buy a Rolls Royce if we think, that's a simple car. That is not a simple car. I have been in Rolls Royce. I know that is not a simple car. If you never driven a Rolls Royce, you don't even understand what I'm trying to say. But if you can, just try one time. I mean, I never go like for a test drive to see how the car is, because all my friends are very wealthy, and men I dated are very wealthy, and men I date, they usually have several cars. So, and even in my childhood, my father had many cars. So I love cars, I adore cars. I've been in a cars that is out of your mind. Like they are like, oh my God. I know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about cars. I know way more than men think I know, because I'm not trying to compete with them. You know, I'm like, oh really? Oh really? And in my mind, I know that's not the right year, because I know which year it is, but I'm not correcting, you know, I let them shine. But if I'm telling you something, if I know the value of that car, I believe in that car, I will want to have it. The reason you do not want, you cannot get married is because you do not believe in marriage. You don't see value in it. You think it's just a simple thing. That is not a simple thing. Marriage is the institution of family. Without marriage, without this open-hearted, free-willed commitment to each other, you cannot build trust. You cannot be loyal. You cannot have dignified relationship. You are standing there in the church, in a court, whatever is your tradition. You are proclaiming to the world that I promise I will be faithful to this person. I promise I will stay with this person. I promise to love you, to cherish you. You make a promise. That is the energy you send. And that's why when people get married in the church, it's a promise between a man and a woman under God. He's watching that. It's the biggest responsibility. I'm not going to marry whoever comes to my life. You know, I will be very honest with you. I had few men propose to me, and with every year, when I was growing more and more beautiful and becoming, more and more feminine, I got more and more men coming to me and proposing me to get married with them. And I was like, in the beginning, it was like, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I start using my other hand, and it's a very beautiful feeling for a woman to be beautiful inside and outside, and have that great kind of a lifestyle that she attracts men that proposes her. But you see, I cannot accept every proposal, and a lot of times, I would say no, and I will explain, or sometimes not explain. But I'm not for everybody. I'm very valuable. But the thing is that I can get married because I do believe in marriage. If you do not believe in marriage, people are not going to propose you. You will automatically attract people who are not available, who will not want to give you anything. So how you can prevent this? How you can heal this wound? Because actually, I think it's a wound. Because you are created to be loved, you are created to have your legacy, you are created to see your children and your children's children. That's the biggest joy. So what is the sense that you have a beautiful car, beautiful house, you are a businesswoman, you own every little thing in the world, you wear diamonds even when you are taking a bath? What is the sense in that if you have no children, nobody to give it to? I'm not saying you have to have children. If you don't have children, don't have children. But what is the sense of you if you have nowhere to belong to? If you do not have a man who cherishes you, who, takes care of you, what's the reason of you to be this strong, independent woman? And because you're a strong, independent woman, this is the reason you don't have a man in your life. So now I want you to sit down one more time, think about what's happening in your life, and just let's summarize this one more time. Number one reason why you cannot get married, you cannot attract the people who want to marry you, is because deep inside you do not want to get married. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Just admit that's the truth. Do not blame yourself. Just admit that's exactly what it is happening right now. And when you admit that, you can let it go. Maybe you don't want to get married right now. Maybe in the future you would like, but right now you do not want to get married. The problem is solved easily and peacefully. The second reason why you cannot get married and why you're having problems to be proposed or be proposed to is because deep inside you are not ready for marriage. That means maybe you're immature, maybe you're too young, maybe you're not financially stable, maybe you don't know yourself, maybe you're just physically, emotionally, intellectually not ready. Whatever the reason is, if you're not ready for the marriage, marriage will never come to you, because the world is very fair. The world gives us exactly the things that we are ready for. Not the things that we think that we want, but the things that we are ready for. That always comes to us. And the last reason why you cannot get married, why you are having problems in that field, is because you have to admit and be honest with yourself. You need to be transparent to yourself. There is nothing shameful. All the videos that I create are to open your eyes, not to make you feel bad, but make you feel excellent. And the last reason why you cannot get married, this is very crucial for you to understand, is the reason is because you do not believe in marriage. Start believing in love, start believing in relationships, start believing in a right, good, righteous men and women. Start believing in people, start trusting, and then you can slowly establish your trust towards the marriage. Say, I believe in marriage. I believe and I want to get married. I am ready to get married. Say these affirmations until they're true to yourself. And just be calm. Do not stress yourself out. If you are in a certain age, do not stress yourself out. If your family is pressuring you, do not stress yourself out. If media is influencing you, peer pressure, do not stress yourself out. Take a deep breath. Exhale and say, I will get married when I'm ready, because I'm ready deep inside. I want it, I believe in it, and I will get it when I'm truly ready. It is already coming to me. I'm open and receptive. I believe in marriage. And then just start affirming that to yourself every time when you have doubts. So now, here you go. You have a few tips, work on them. Just the bottom line of everything is be honest with yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you to not forget, smile today and enjoy your life.